Malcolm Price was a man many envied. A senior architect in a booming city, father of two, husband to a brilliant, poised woman named Celeste. Their house in the affluent hills overlooked the city's skyline, and their weekends were filled with brunches, soccer games, and wine fueled dinner parties. On the surface, Malcolm had everything. But like many men chasing perfection, he was not content. Enter Sasha Lane. Sasha wasn't a homewrecker, at least not intentionally. She was 29, with coffee colored skin, a sly smile, and an artist's soul. They met at an art gallery where Malcolm was sponsoring a design exhibit. She was displaying a piece, a twisted wire sculpture that he claimed he didn't understand but couldn't stop staring at. They started talking. Then they kept talking. Drinks followed, then dinners, and then a hotel room with the curtains drawn shut like a secret. At first, it was once a week, then twice, then whenever Malcolm could slip away. With Sasha, he felt like he was living a second life, one with jazz music, slow mornings in bed, poetry, and fire. It was intoxicating, dangerous, addictive. He told himself lies, that Sasha knew the boundaries, that his marriage wasn't at risk, that it was just a phase. But Sasha had a heart too. She tried to play it cool, to act unbothered when he left at midnight to return to his real life. But the more time passed, the more she found herself hoping for a text that said, "I left her." That never came. 3 years passed like this. Malcolm lived in constant motion, splitting his time, managing guilt, and juggling stories. But cracks were forming. Celeste noticed first the unexplained absences, the fake work trips, the scent of unfamiliar perfume. She was no fool. A software engineer by trade and logical to her core, she didn't lash out. Instead, she watched, she listened, she waited. Then, one night, Malcolm came home to find the kids at a sleepover and Celeste in the kitchen, a manila folder on the table in front of her. Inside, photos, hotel receipts, a copy of Sasha's Instagram with tagged locations matching Malcolm's lies. The truth exposed in cold ink. "You could have just told me," she said, her voice not even angry, just tired. He had no words, just shame. Celeste gave him two choices, therapy or divorce. Malcolm chose therapy. But the wounds ran deep, and trust was a fragile thing. Celeste let him stay, for the children, for the years they'd built, but her eyes no longer lit up when he entered the room. Meanwhile, Sasha was tired of being the secret. She broke it off, not in a dramatic scene, but quietly. She left him a letter, handwritten, folded neatly on the pillow they used to share. "You loved me like a fire loves oxygen, only when it needed to burn. I want more than your scraps." For months, Malcolm drifted, neither fully husband nor lover, just a man caught in the debris of the life he ruined. He poured himself into work, stopped drinking, went to therapy. Celeste tolerated him. The kids loved him, but the warmth was gone. A year later, he ran into Sasha again. She had cut her hair, was wearing a red dress, and had a man's arm wrapped around her waist. She smiled at Malcolm like he was a memory she'd outgrown. He wanted to say something, anything. But what do you say to the woman who once made your heart feel young, whom you betrayed just as deeply as your wife? He watched her walk away. And in that moment, Malcolm realized something. You can chase passion, you can lie for love. But in the end, all you'll be left with is echoes of what was, what could have been, and what you destroyed along the way.